What's up, y'all? This is Uncle P, and man, to be honest with you guys, I know people overuse this word. I'm excited, but no, I honestly, truly can say that I'm really excited about Super Easy and what we've done. We've done some amazing things. Let me kind of show you guys what's going on, so you guys get the gist of it. Then I'm going to get into the news and stuff like normal. But let me go here, and this is my first time recording this using the Zoom app. So if it doesn't come out right, I apologize in advance. But let's take a look here. Hope this is showing for you guys. This is the news. I'll get to it this week, but as we've been killing it this week, you guys can easily check our website. We always post our wins and losses on the website, on the Super Easy side, on the Signal side. There's a tab there that's simply, if you go here and click on there, and you can always click right here and you'll see the weekly results. And we did that on purpose to be very transparent, to make sure that we're separate from any of the other signal providers out there who, it's hard to keep track of what they've been doing for the entire year up to date. So year to date, you can always click on this tab and see year to date, what's going on, and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let me give you an example. How many other signal providers can say that they had a 13-win, no-loss week? Last week, it was 13 wins, only 2 small losses. You know what I mean? And Miss Jenny's group, they killed it again. They had over, let's go here so you guys can see it for yourself. I did update the website. Miss Jenny's group, they did 1,267 pips last week. The week before that, in the live sessions, they did about 4,913 pips. So for just in 2 weeks, they did 6,180 pips for the week. And that is separate from the Signal service, which has 26 wins and only 2 losses and 1 break even. This is beyond ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous. Okay. I don't know of any other groups out there who's able to do what we're doing, but either way it goes, it is what it is. We show our results. And let me show you guys this. This was something else that was very powerful. I wanted you guys to see. Here we go. I told you guys, if you're struggling, and I hope he didn't mind, Philip, I'm sorry, don't get mad at me, but just want to show another example of another person who has been working with us, and we've helped to pass another prop firm challenge. So again, as I said before, if you're struggling to pass these prop firm challenges, why didn't you just sign up for the little very, very inexpensive service? It's only $69 a month. That includes live trade sessions and signals and a bonus trading system and a bonus indicator. And you're getting all that for $69 a month, and you're struggling. You're giving way more money than that to these prop firms every week where you keep failing. Why not let us do the heavy lifting? You go ahead and reap the benefits, and everybody wins. Everybody wins. Because by the way, some of the money that you guys are giving out of this, part of that is going towards donations too. Okay? We donate a portion of this money that I get from here. I donate after paying staff and everything else, the tax people, the accountants, Yeah, we donate to local entities and large entities across the world that is in the nonprofit space that's helping people, and so forth and so forth. And if you don't want a list of those people, the groups that I'm talking about, go to the Sexy Analyst, click right here, and you scroll down and you'll see a list of different ones that we've been working with for a very, 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 very long time. And you'll be able to see where some of your money is going month after month after month, okay? I don't say that often because, again, I don't want people trying to think that, I'm trying to mingle this with that, commingling of funds or whatever, that's what they call it in business, or that I'm trying to use this to scam people or this and that. No, we've been around for years. But you do need to know that, yeah, we tithe out of our business to a lot of these nonprofit organizations, and we have them sometimes on a round robin system so that each one gets a turn to receive money. And then in addition to that, there's also some local places that are here locally that we know of who we fund them in the efforts and in the endeavors that they're doing, that goes out into the streets and the highways and the byways, and they're really touching lives. So this is what's going on. So not only are we helping you to make your ends meet, but from the monthly subscription fees that you're giving after paying all the staff and everybody who needs to be paid, yes, we're contributing into the marketplace of needs where people really need this. How else would you have supported child trafficking to stop? and women's trafficking and water wells in Africa, Minnie's Pantry up in Texas, and this invisible people that is out of LA, where there's homelessness like crazy, Operation Smile, awesome awareness for autistic children, and I can go Wounded Warriors, Chilled St. Jude. We go on and on and on helping people with the funds that you do. So everything you've ever bought from us, we've always supported these organizations through it. So I thank you for that. Now, let's get into the news, the facts, and the data so that you're aware of what's going on this trading week so that you can kind of be careful, okay? Now, the good news is I can say this. Let me say this to you. The good news is that a lot of the bad news have passed over last week. It's not going to be as bad this week with so much bad news. So as we go through the list, just be aware of that this is going to be a much more smoother trading week than it was last week, in my opinion. But again, we always have to be aware of what's out there because at any given time, news can pop off and things can get crazy. So let's get into it. Let me get back to it. And so let's get to this. All right, so here we go. So on Monday, we only have the JPY coming out with its GDP growth. The JPY has been getting slaughtered. That's the reason why, if you're trying to trade support and resistance, supply and demand zones on the JPY pairs, they've just been blown right past it. That's because there's economic issues going on with the JPY or Japan and their country's economy, and more importantly, their interest rates, which they haven't raised, even though other countries have raised theirs. The last I've heard, they did not. And so therefore, people are not seeing value in their currency and it's going to trash. What will they do to change that? I don't know. We'll see. But any data coming out, I would just be kind of aware that, you know, it may hold out hope for their economy as far as their currency being in the trash can right now, okay? And be careful and don't try to trade tops and bottoms on these. I'm warning you, be very careful. Trade, if you do see setups, don't trust the trade 100%, okay? Be very leery because they're having economic issues in their country. So therefore, when those types of situations happen, price action does not typically respect the typical technical analysis process that you typically see, such as, oh, it's hitting double top, it's hitting supply and demand zones, it's creating this pattern or that pattern. Not when the news is being affected or the currency is being affected by the economy itself, which is going on with the JPY, okay? It's not respecting the normal boundaries. That's the reason why over the last several weeks, you've seen the USD JPY, the AUD JPY, the CAD JPY, the Swiss JPY, NZD JPY, GBP JPY, and the Euro JPY. All of them have been going up to the moon. All of them been going in the same projectile. Why? Because there's a bigger issue going on than just technical analysis. And that's why a lot of people who keep trying to find the tops and bottoms on those are constantly blowing up their account. So that's because it's not respecting technical analysis because there's something bigger going on in that country. So if it was me, you see a setup, cool, you may be able to nibble, get a few pips up off of it. But after that, just don't trade it until you hear some news coming out of the Japanese market talking about how they may change their interest rates, because then when a currency raises its interest rates, it's also raising its value. I will repeat that again. When a currency is raising its interest rates, it is also raising its value because now people are gaining interest on holding that currency. You will see this happening with the Swiss. The Swiss JPY is a perfect example. The Swiss is going through the moon right now. Why? Because they are big on increasing their interest rates on their currency, and therefore the Swiss is gaining value, okay? So therefore, that's the difference. So anytime you're hearing interest rate news on these currencies, that's what you want to pay attention to. Okay, let's get on to the next one. CAD. CAD has inflation and CPI, and I went over CPI, what it means and all this stuff in previous videos. So if you haven't watched it, go back to my other videos. You'll learn a lot. But that's core price index or consumer price index. Basically, it's another inflation report, meaning how much are you and I paying more on the prices that we have to pay for grocery bills and this, that, and the other, okay? So that affects whether governments typically will decide to raise interest rates or to lower them down. So that's why that's so important. Notice on my events list, the ones I really, really pay attention to, what does you see right there? CPI, and what else do you see? Inflation. Okay, so these are the ones that really raise my red flags for me. Now, they may be on this list, but they may not be over here because they may cause a bounce in the news events. They may not. So that's why they typically won't make it over here to me unless things change. But these are the main ones that really catches my attention. But there are others that could be a little bit eye-catchy or say, hey, hold on. Okay, and that's the difference. All right, so trade balance is here. You got the Feds talking on Wednesday, the FOMC minutes. Basically, everybody want to know, what's your future plans? Are you going to be raising the interest rates on the dollar or not? That's why we pay attention to that, okay? That's the main thing, but they may be saying other things. And then you have the trade balance for the JPY. Again, normally I don't care about trade balance, and it may not do anything for it, just like the GDP growth. It may not do anything, but because of the weakness and the way out of bounds price action that's been happening on JPY, any news could bring good news, which could cause the market to spike for the JPY. Other than that, normally I would never pay attention to it, okay? Anyway, let's move on. The AUD is coming out with employment numbers that may cause a little bounce, but nothing that I would think would shape or change the trend direction on this, okay? Again, now here's one that will cause some real ruckus on the JPY that you see. It's on my hot list. Okay, inflation numbers are coming out on Thursday for the JPY, so I'm paying attention to that. And you got CPIs on Friday. So other than that, it's really not a whole lot. The main ones that I'm really looking at will be here. Okay, and let me mark it up so you guys can see. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Those are the main ones on my hot list. Get what I'm saying? Those are the main ones, but some of these other ones, they are, and this one is on Friday, but most people, if you're smart enough, you know, hey, you can trade on Fridays, but most traders take a break on Fridays anyway. So we'll see, but I can still hit it just so we can be consistent. That'll be that, okay? But now, other than that, not a whole lot of news. So if you want to sign up for a signal service so we can also help you try to pass these prop firm challenges, put some money in your pocket and stuff like that, Mr. Elvis and Miss Jenny has been doing a phenomenal job. Truth be told, I haven't sent out signals a while myself because my staff are doing such a great job. I'm working on another project, which you guys will be hearing about very soon. I'll just leave it at that. So I've been able to focus my attention on something else while they're just killing the markets. And again, with 13 wins and no losses, and then you got Miss Jenny in the live session doing over close to 5,000 pips week before last and 1,200 pips this week on top of the signals. How can you not pass these prop firm challenges? So again, if you want to join us, go right here to superezforex.com and click on right here, join our Signal Trade Ideas group. And once you sign up for that, then you can come right back in with the username and password you created. Go through the tutorials. The links and everything you need will be in the tutorials. Do not email us saying, oh, well, what do I do next? No, that tells me you didn't go through the tutorials. Where's the links to join the group? That tells me up front that you didn't follow directions. Why? Because it's right there in the tutorials. Everything is in there that you need, step by step. We walk you through it so that there's nothing missed. And it's very short steps, but it's easy to go through them so that you have a full comprehension on what to expect, how we trade, and so forth and so forth, how to join Miss Jenny's live group, her trading system that you're going to be receiving, the bonus additional indicator, which I have been using for years, that is free to you. You don't have to pay for it. It comes with it as well. How to get the license for everything is in the tutorials, okay? So have a good one. I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.